Good day, dear follower of Geometric Tutorial. You are welcome to this edition of our program. In this program, I want to teach you how to install roof carcass in Archicad, as you can see on this drawing board here. This is a project that I did, and I installed the roof carcass. You can see the pole lines, you can see the rafters, you can see the other roofing member, the truss system, the way they are. So the aim of this program is to show you how to go about doing that. Now, I have another drawing board that I'm going to use as a sample for teaching you. Let me open the 3D of this project as well, as you can see. This project is at the roofing beam stage. So I want to use this particular project to show you how to go about achieving something that is like this. I know a lot of students have sent me requests asking for how to model something that is like this. Good enough, this program will be of great help and relief to such students. I want you to pay careful attention to the process that will be engaged in this tutorial. Now, there are important things I want you to note. If you have your pen, you can write them down. Before you model roofing carcass with Archicad, there is number one thing you have to note down. That is modeling with story level. If you have not learned to create story level before doing any model in Archicad, you have to learn that. It is very, very important because story level helps you to place objects and material at the exact positions you want them to be. Like in this our sample drawing that we are going to work on. Let me open the south elevation to show you something what I mean by story level. And look here, you will see that the top lip, the topmost point of this parapet, concrete fascia, it has a story level there called roof beam level. So every object and material placed in this building have a particular story level. It is like when you highlight this window, you notice that it has a story level that crosses this top point. The base level, which is the sill level of the window, has a story level that crossed it. Likewise, as we are going to model this roof carcass, we are going to make use of this roof beam top level. That's the level on which we will model this roof carcass. So if you've not learned to do that, I will refer you to some other previous programs that I've done that I think the first program I did on how to design with Archicad. If you go back to it, you see how I taught about story level, how to create story level in Archicad. That's number one thing to note. Then another thing to note in this program that we are working on is terminologies, two important terminologies that will be of great help to you. Let me go back to the 3D, the sample 3D. Look at this 3D here. Now, there is something I want you to note about this rafter. You see this rafter? Let me highlight it. Take a look at it. You see this? The angle of this rafter flows with the slope of the roof. Now, each angle is different from the angle of this edge rafter. This is edge. We have edge rafter here. Now, the angle of this edge rafter is not the same with the angle of this particular rafter. This one that I'm highlighting. You get that? Now, when designing a roof in Archicad, the normal slope they actually ask is this. The slope that flows with the side of the roof, not the edge. Not the edge. But in this program, the two angles of these rafters are very, very important. Now, before modeling a roof, the normal angle of the roof, or we call it the roof slope, flows with this rafter. So you have to take note of it. Now, to get the angle of this edge rafter, you have to do a little arithmetic. And that is what I want to show you. The relationship between the angle of this and the angle of this edge. That's what I want to show you. Now, the simple relation connecting both of them is this. And look here, you see, I have alpha equal to tan inverse of 0.7071 times tan theta. That's the relation connecting both rafters. Where alpha is the edge slope angle of the roof. Edge slope angle. Now, the rafter here, the angle of this edge, the rafter at this edge, the angle of each slope is that alpha. Is the alpha that you are seeing. Now this theta is the normal slope angle of the roof. Normal slope angle of the roof, that is the angle of this rafter is the normal slope angle of the roof. So, for instance, if you highlight this roof and let's look at the setting, you see that the angle is just 30 degrees. It has 30-degree angle. If we highlight this particular rafter, you see the angle. Let's see the angle. You see the angle is also 30 degrees. So you see that this rafter goes with the normal angle of the roof. Why this does not go with the normal angle of the roof? You have to use this simple arithmetic operation. Please note it down. Alpha equal to tan inverse of 0.7071 times tan theta. This dotted line, this dot here simply stands for multiplication. So alpha is the edge slope angle of the roof. Theta is the normal slope angle of the roof. Now, in this program now, we are going to assign an angle to the roof. That is the normal slope angle that will give the roof will be what? Theta, which is 30 degrees. Given that your theta is 30 degrees, that is, given that your roof angle, for instance, this roof here, the angle is 30 degrees. Now, given that the angle of this roof is 30 degrees, you will now use that 30-degree angle to derive the edge angle of this rafter, because it's important in your settings so that you don't do a kind of trial and error work. Let's go back to our calculation board. So when you have theta to be 30 degrees, by substitution, we have alpha equals to tan inverse of 0.7071 times tan 30 degrees. This implies that alpha equals to tan inverse of 0.7071 times 0.5774. If you punch in your calculator tan 30 degrees, it will give you 0.5774. Now, by multiplying these values together, you have 0.4083. So you now have alpha equals to tan inverse of 0.4083. Now, if you punch in your calculator tan inverse of 0.4083, you will have alpha to be 22.1 degrees. So now you know the value of theta and the value of alpha. Your theta is 30 degrees and your alpha is 22.21 degrees. We are going to make use of this value in our setting. Let's go back here. Now, this is our sample drawing. We are going to start with it. So, to model, we are going to model at what level? We are on the story level that we are operating now is final block level. This is not the level where the roof carcass will stand. The roof carcass will stand on roof beam top. Roof beam top. If we check our section here, let's go to our section. You see something? You see that the section we are operating is this level. And what is the value? The name there, roof beam top. So we are modeling on roof beam top. So to commence our model, look at what you have to do first. Use your polyline, define the roof limit. Now grab this and drop a copy of it. Then do entire offset. We call it offset all edges. Click on it. Offset all edges. Depending on this, the offset you want the roof to give to the parapet. Let me use like offset of 100. Beautiful. Now we are going to use line, make use of ordinary line to draw the roof lines. First, watch. Now we are done with using simple line to define the roof flow. The next thing we move into now is we pick our object. Then we have to install these rafters, both at the edge and the ones that will flow normal. So you click on your object. Let's search for them. Okay, this is not the material we need now. What we want to install is the truss system. Beautiful. So you pick this. When you pick it, you select width plus angle. You click on it. The angle of the roof we are working on is 30 degrees. Good and fine. Now, if you look at this, you observe that it has 3 divisions. What we need is single division. So you go here and change it to 1. Having changed it to 1, the truss profile is usually 100. There is this rafter that you make use of 100 by 50 mm. So we make use of 100 at the truss profile. So you click check other selections. Okay, let's check for the material as well. The material, okay. The material is wood pine grain. We make use of this material. Then look for the position. You can change the length. Maybe change the length to 500. Then move this point of attachment to the center here. Then click OK. Make sure that the offset from the top, from the story level is 0. Click OK. Then pin at this spot and drop it. Then extend it from here and stop at this place. Don't extend beyond. Then Shift Control E is to rotate. A copy. Pin it and rotate a copy of it this way. And then extend this down. When you extend it down, you change the angle of this, because this rafter flows normal with the slope angle of the roof. Whereas this goes with the angle of alpha. The angle of this rafter will be theta, while the angle of this rafter will be alpha, the one you got by calculation. So what is the angle? We go to the setting here. From this 30 degree, change it to 22.21. Then click OK. Then Shift Ctrl M is to mirror a copy of it to the left. Beautiful. Now let's open the 3D and see what it looks like. Do you see how all of them meet at exact position? Beautiful. Now this particular rafter, offset is, space them by number of places that you want them to the left and to the right, using your Ctrl U for spreading. You can use 1200, that is 4 feet. Click OK. And stop. Then reduce their heights. And then mirror copy to the other side. Then the whole of this stuff that you have here, mirror them to the other side. Shift Ctrl M. Then select the middle here. They now appear at this area. Then highlight this, this, and this. Use mirror copy as well. Pin at this spot. To this spot. Repeat mirror copy again, so as to move them to the left as well. That is your Shift Ctrl M. They now appear at the left. You can now highlight them and use mirror copy again, Shift Ctrl M, to bring them to this side. Then highlight these two and just Shift Ctrl D to drag just a copy of it and bring it to the middle. And stop. Open your 3D and see what it looks like. You see that. Then go back to your and select any of this, either this or this or this. Let me make use of this and just want only 2 divisions and click OK. Let me select the position, click OK, then drop it at this spot and then minimize the length and stop here. Then move this my section line closer so that I can adjust the height and open this section. You can see the one I just dropped down. I can now stretch the height to this level. That done. Open my 3D and see what it looks like. You can see what it looks like now. Beautiful. The next thing I will install now is my pull lines. Then I'll go back to my object and select the pull lines. Look at the material we use for pull lines. Move it to this spot. Make sure the value here is 0. Then go and change the geometry. The spacing from one pull line to another pull line should be 30 degrees. Size of the pull line should be 50 by 50. So this should be 50. The angle should be 30 degrees because that is the slope of the roof. Having done that, you click OK. You check the point of attachment. OK, it's here. You click OK. Then drag it and drop here. Then highlight and spread and stretch it to this point. Then stretch this to this point. Then hold this point and move it this way. And hold this point also and move it here. Then mirror copy it. Shift Ctrl M. So that it appears at this area. Then click on it again, object again, and rotate. Move it towards this place, the point of attachment here. Then click OK. Drop it at this spot, and then stretch it to this point. Then stretch this as well to the center here and stop. Then hold this point and move it to this angle. The same thing, repeat it here and move it to this angle. Then mirror copy it so that it appears by the right side. that done, let's open our 3D and see what it looks like. Now you see you have completely achieved the full line of the building. Now, how do you see that? Looks beautiful and awesome. So what then do we do is we now cover this roof with our roofing sheet. Cover the roof carcass with our roofing sheet. To do that, you also make use of this story level. You can either use your automatic roof or manual roof, whichever one. Let me make use of manual roof. I will go and click at this spot, OK. Make sure that the roof slope is 30 degrees as we have chosen. Offset 0. Move it to this place. Change it to angle 30 degrees. Select the roof materials, the roof colors. OK, it's already selected. Select the type of roofing sheet you want. There are different types there, but I just decided to use a roof type French red. Select that, and then make sure this value here is 0. Make sure this single simple structure is selected. And then your angle is set to 30 degrees. Then you click OK. I am using normal manual roof. Click here. Show the point of flow of the roof. Then move up here, down here, and back here again. The roof now appear. You now highlight it if you want to bring it to the top. Right click on it and click on display. Bring to front. It will appear. Then use speed parameter and pick on it. Repeat the same thing here. This way. Show the point of a flow of the roof. Then move up. Then select it and display. Bring to front. Then let's see what it looks like in 3D. Beautiful. See what it looks like in 3D? We can then mirror copy and we can mirror copy this part of the roof. Shift Ctrl M and bring it to this side, and also repeat the same thing for this by mirror copying and bring it to this side. Then let's look at it. Now the entire roofing system is covered with a roof. Now, if you have a section line, you can use a section line and see what it looks like. Assuming you cut a section through this place, let's open this section. The moment you open it, this is what it looks like. Beautiful. Now I know with this, you have seen how to create a roofing carcass in Archicad. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please, after watching this video, I want you to like the video, share it with your friends, and as well as subscribe our channel for future updates. Thank you for watching.